In our application, you'll find an instrument for visualizing characters' angular momentum. This instrument allows for animating physically accurate character rotations. If a character is in a state of a free flight, meaning it has no fulcrums, then its angular moment should be preserved. This is shown in the form of a green arrow that should retain the same number of graduations. The diameter of the circle represents the rotation inertia. If angular momentum is constant, greater values of rotational inertia mean slower speed of rotation. The lesser it is, the faster is the rotation. The rotational inertia can be influenced by changing character's pose, like, for example, a ballet dancer pins her arms to her body to spin faster. Let's suppose we have a somersault, and we need to make it physically accurate. Open the visible menu and enable the angular momentum option. The red sector of the circle represents character's divergence from a physically accurate position. The greater this divergence is, the bigger the red sector becomes. Look how the red sector is changing when you change the pose. For the case of free flight, when character's center of mass is moving along a ballistic curve, there is a particular tool for working with character rotation: Ballistic Ghosts. To activate it, snap the center of mass to the ballistic curve and press the button to enable red ghosts. Red silhouettes will show you the presumed physically accurate positions of your character. When the program calculates ballistic ghosts, it tries to take into account the poses you set, but it can't always consider every pose, because physically accurate rotation might not be possible in certain positions. By default, the first and the last pose on the ballistic curve are considered to be most important. If you need one of the in-between poses of the character, mark it with a red flag. Now, when you edit this pose, red ghost will be recalculated so the character would go through it. You can mark several poses as well, but the more there is, the harder it gets to take every pose into account. We advise to mark no more than 3 or 4 most crucial ones. Press the button to snap your character to the red ghost. Now, character's position should be aligned with the silhouettes. If a ghost turns violet, it means this pose is correct. Now, check the angular momentum. If the red sector has disappeared, this means that the rotation is now physically accurate.